grown-up humor that needs to be made. And so that's what I kind of prided our show on. I mean, we're different than any sports show you're going to hear, I guarantee you. But it still, it wasn't working. It wasn't really catching. It wasn't, I mean, you know, we got a few of you guys to tune in quite a bit, but I wasn't getting the audience that I was looking for. And I'm an impatient. Honestly, I'm an impatient person. I am. It's one of my flaws. But I wanted everything, and I wanted it right then. And I would, you know, I would hear nothing but praise and compliments on the work that I did, and from everybody. I mean, everybody online. If you haven't been on our MySpace, I do a lot of writing. That was another thing I kind of prided myself in, was my writing, and my views, and kind of my way to break stuff down. And I got a lot of responses online, and you know, a lot of good responses on what I did, and in my work here, my work on Disaster Radio on the air, I got a lot of good feedback from that. I got a lot of good feedback, like from Ray. I remember listening to Ray's show a few times, and I'd hop in the chat room, and he'd say, "Oh, we have E-Rock in the chat room. He hosts the Athletic Supporters." And I remember him saying once, "I think, honestly, it's one of the best sports shows in the country." He's like, "I'm not just saying that because they're on our station. I seriously think they're that good." Well, now to me, things started going to my head a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not. That's not good for me, because I'm kind of an arrogant person in the first place. So when people start telling me I'm really good, I start thinking, you know, I am. I'm great. I'm so great. Listen to me. I'm terrific. I mean, there's nobody better than me in radio. Are you kidding? I'm so good. And I started thinking like that. I mean, here's me. I'm doing 2 shows a week, sometimes 1, thinking that I'm God's gift to sports talk radio. And that's kind of where I started to get after about 1.5 years of doing the show. I started thinking, well, why don't I have these listeners? Why am I not getting any respect for what I'm doing? And it's through 100% fault of my own that I'm thinking like this, because let's face it, radio is a tough cookie to crack. You know, a lot of guys that are successful in radio started off doing it for nothing, and doing it for a long time for nothing. I mean, for not a penny, just doing it, just putting in work and hoping to someday get noticed and someday get signed on. Me, I wanted all that right then and there. As soon as somebody said, "You're really good," I wanted, you know, like I wanted a bunch of people listen, and I wanted money, and I wanted all these things. Cyrus says, "My MySpace is cool as hell, but kicks his laptop's ass." for a response. Yeah, there's a lot going on there, man. I got like 15 YouTube videos, all of our show. I just wanted to get, I'm trying now, and Elwood's helping out quite a bit. This time around, I'm trying to get everybody online a chance to listen to the show, even, you know, because, let's face it, it's go to Disaster Radio and click this and click that and hop in the chat room and listen to us. Sometimes, you know, a lot of people don't want to take that kind of time, but if they get onto my MySpace, they can just click play on a video and catch, you know, like a 5-minute clip of our show, kind of see what we're about and what we do, and I think it's for the better. I like our MySpace. It's cool. It's good stuff. And yeah, Cyrus says not if they can't load it. Yeah, I know. I got a lot going on there. I need to knock some stuff out of there, kind of, you know, shorten it up a little bit so it doesn't overload people's computers. But still, I started thinking, what am I doing this for, man? Why am I even here? I have a family at home. I have, you know, a job I have to do. This isn't paying me anything. I'm so good at this. And then I was like, well, why am I not on Disaster Radio's front page? Why are they not promoting my show? Well, come on. I mean, in hindsight, looking back on everything, I feel like a real ass. I really do. I posted some stupid bulletin about how I deserved so much more, and, you know, and how I was done doing my show, and I was out, and, you know, it was incredibly disrespectful to Ray and to Disaster and to the other people that do shows on here, and I don't know. I was in a weird spot. I mean, I was in a tough spot. A guy that I worked with and known for a really, really long time had just passed away, and I don't know, man. Mentally, I was in a weird place, a place that I don't really like. And I posted this bulletin that was, just venting about all the things I didn't like and how I wasn't doing it anymore, pretty much. And actually, Hardcore Rob, who I consider a good friend, sent me a response back to my bulletin like, man, what are you talking about? Like, you think you're the only one that has? He's like, we all have to plug our own shows. We're all trying to hype our own shows here. He's like, what do you expect? I run the site. You never asked me to put anything on the front page. You never asked me to do this kind of stuff. And he was absolutely right. I didn't. I woke up on the wrong side of bed one day. I was thinking of how great I was and how much I didn't, have going for it. And I overreacted. And I honestly, the very next day, I was 100% going a different direction. But the very next day, I was like, why did I do that? Why would I have ever done that? I mean, and honestly, Ray Lytle, I always considered a good friend of mine too. I always got along great with Ray. He's been incredibly nice and generous in letting me do this show and letting me get away with some of the stuff we got away with on this show. And I honestly felt like it was a slap in the face to him what I did.